And now, only on 10 TV, Columbus police are releasing new information tonight about the murders of two teens in Northeast Columbus. They want your help finding two suspects who are still on the run. Ashley Bernanson has been following this from the beginning, and she joins us now in studio with more. Ashley?
Lindsay, it's been a month and a half since the murder of 18-year-old Leighton Ridgedale and 15-year-old Makai Andrews. Suspects Barron Anderson and Terrell Hicks Freeman are still on the run. Tonight, Columbus police tell me Hicks and Barron are not the only ones breaking the law. They say this was all a setup from the start, with Andrews behind a robbery. Leighton's family tells me more than anything, they want justice and they want the suspects caught.
This last month and a half has been just extremely hard, especially with I feel like I don't have any closure.
Shauna Bobbs tells me she replays the nightmare over and over again. Just 100 yards away, her son, 18-year-old Leighton Ridgedale, was murdered in his own subdivision.
I just don't understand what kind of future they think they're going to have.
Okay, Mom. The pleas to their rational mind and pleading to their morality and trying to reason. I don't know what type of future they think they're going to. Those kids have done so much stuff. If they get caught for this, I guarantee you the kids who did this to her son, probably between them, conservatively, if they're teens, between them, they have 40 arrests. And they've probably done tons of shootings or tons of robberies and haven't been caught for those. Haven't been arrested for those. All this, I don't know what type of future that's for the kid who just is like about to go on his first robbery or about to do on his first drive-by, like Trey and Boys in the Hood. Like, you could tell him, like, yeah, hey, man, it's going to mess up your future. These kids that killed her son, there's no talking to them. And then you lived in this subdivision with no trash on the ground, no dilapidated cars, no bandos. Everything that's green is supposed to be green. Everything that's supposed to be green is green. You even got the glider riding his bike down the street. What was your kid dealing with a bunch of sun teens, man?
I feel like I don't have any closure.
Shauna Bobbs tells me she replays the nightmare over and over again. Just 100 yards away, her son, 18-year-old Leighton Ridgedale, was murdered in his own subdivision.
I just don't understand what kind of future they think they're going to have.
Columbus police now say that Makai Andrews and suspects Barron Anderson and Terrell Hicks Freeman were scheduled to meet with an unnamed witness to sell him a gun. They believe Leighton was tagging along with his friend.
Okay, so he was tagging along with his friend to go purchase a gun. So and listen, I'm not going to play the angel game with him. Like, him and his boy, or him too, were going to buy a gun. Nothing wrong with that, right? Right? They were going to buy a gun from some sun teens. So this kid, I don't know, man. Why didn't he buy the gun from the gun store? The gun shop. Why was he buying a gun from some sun teens? He might have been up to no good too. But my God, the judgment.
Columbus police now say that Makai Andrews and suspects Baron Anderson and Terrell Hicks Freeman were scheduled to meet with an unnamed witness to sell him a gun. They believe Layton was tagging along with his friend, and the teens were being set up. Detective O'Connor says Andrews and the suspects were planning a robbery from the start. Police say Andrews initiated the robbery and pulled a gun. Shots were exchanged, and the unnamed witness ran from the scene. Layton was shot multiple times and left dying in the Albany Crossing Park parking lot. Police say the suspects were initially brought into custody, but they had to release them.
They were initially brought into custody, but the police had to release them. Listen, man, and the police, trust me, they didn't want to. They had to. This is part of the criminal justice reform that sisters and pasty libs have begged for. It's just so hard to operate justice. The system is just they put so many steps because disparities and unconscious bias. So you got to make sure that they had these kids. They let them go. Now they gone. Catch them when you can.
Police say the suspects were initially brought into custody, but they had to release them. A week later, police obtained a warrant, but they were already gone. Ridgedale's family is looking for justice and closure.
I just want the justice so bad. I don't know if it'll take the pain away, because there's no telling, but I know I would like to see these guys put away for what they done.
His mother is begging the suspects to do the right thing.
I know I'm supposed to forgive. And I think with God I can. And I think they're young. And they made stupid, bad decisions. But I'm hoping I can forgive them. And I'm hoping they can move on with their lives and do better. And make examples for other kids to do better. Hiding and whatever they're doing is not the life for them.
Where do they find these people? Where do they find these people? What? Now I get it. They live in a subdivision. They're not rich or anything like that, but they're divided. There's a division there away from, Sun teens and Sun community. But my God, you don't watch the news, you don't have the internet, you don't have IG, you don't watch the videos of them on IG, the ones they put up on IG, you don't see the videos they put up on Twitter and Facebook. You don't see the news stories, listen, educate me. For gliders who aren't proximal, are they really this out of touch with Sun behavior and Sun mores and values? Are they really just for the gliders that are not proximal?
And I think they're young. And they made stupid, bad decisions. But I'm hoping I can forgive them. And I'm hoping they can move on with their lives and do better. And make examples for other kids to do better. Hiding and whatever they're doing is not the life for them.
And Detective O'Connor tells me they believe someone is helping them and hiding out. Police say anyone actively helping them hide and avoid arrest could also be criminally charged. Police and the Ridgedale family is asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. There's now a cash reward. Lindsay.
All right, Ashley, thank you.